What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today what I wanted to talk to you guys about is how I was able to fix my credit in a 4-month span, and from there I was able to grow and scale my business. So let's talk about where my credit was at first. When I first started with my credit, I was at a 512. What I did to get myself in a better position, there was a few different things, so let's go over it. First thing I did was I had to clean my report. I had a bunch of negative items. I had a repo on there. I had a few collections. I had inquiries. I got mad shit on there. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So what I did was started disputing, got all of them deleted. My score started going up. Now, at the same time, what I did was I got credit builder accounts. Credit builder accounts are accounts to help you build positive payment history. All I had at the time was negative accounts in my report. I had no positive history on my credit report. So that's where the credit builder accounts came in. So normally, I'm gonna give you an example. With my clients, when I talk to them about credit builder accounts, there's very few of them who take action and follow the complete blueprint. They'll get maybe one, at most maybe two credit builder accounts. Me, what I did with my credit, I got five credit I got five credit builder accounts off the rip because I heard each credit builder account boost your score anything from 20 to 30 points. So I was like, shit, well, if I get five, my score should go up like 100 and something points, right? When I got those five within the next 30 days, and it's documented, you can go on my Instagram and check my story. I have a highlight where you see my credit growth. My score jumped up 100 points in 30 days by downloading these five credit builder accounts. And if you want to see which ones they are, I'm going to put them, they're going to be linked in the description. Now, like I said, I did the disputing to get the negative items removed, got the credit builder accounts. Next thing I did was I got a secured credit card because outside of the credit builder accounts, which is good because it's building positive payment history at a very affordable price. Those are like $10 a month. There's some that are more. The most expensive one I had was $35 a month, but the average is $10. But I got myself a secure credit card because I wanted to have a way to start building credit and showing that I actually had a physical credit card to work with. And who did I get it with? Because there's a lot of different banks out there who has credit secured cards. There's not many I would recommend outside of two. One is Discover. They have the Discover It secured card. And number two is Navy Federal. They got the N Reward secure card. And to me, that is the best secured credit card that you can get on the market. You actually get benefits with that secured card. You get cash back with that secured card. That secured card also has a graduation program, meaning after you have that card for at least 9 months, you are eligible to get upgraded into a unsecured card with no hard inquiry on top of that. All the other banks out there, for one, they will have to offer you to get upgraded, or if they do, or if you were to feel like you were in a good position to actually finally get yourself an unsecured card, you would have to go ahead and apply, which will give you a hard pull. But now with Navy Fed, they will automatically upgrade you into that unsecured card. And the minimum you'll have is a $2,000 limit too, which is great. So what did I do? Dispute negative items, credit builder accounts, got myself a credit card. Now, what happened next was, since I got so many new accounts, I got 6 new accounts between the secured card and the 5 credit builders. My credit age dropped all the way down. I was at like a 2 month worth of credit age. So what did I do? I got myself added on as an authorized user. Not everybody has somebody you can use to get put on as an authorized user, but there are websites out there that you can use to get yourself put on as an authorized user, like TradelineSupply.com. That's a website where you can buy a trade line and you'll be an authorized user on somebody's credit card for, I believe it's 90 days. Me, I didn't have to go out and buy one because my grandmother came through. She added me as an authorized user on about three of her credit cards, and my credit age went from 2 months all the way up to 4 years. So, disputing negative items, credit builder accounts, secured card, and authorized user. Doing those 4 things helped me get from a 512 to a 717 in a matter of 4 months. But let me put you onto another play real quick that you can use to start building your credit age, because I added myself as an authorized user so my age can go up. But again, there's other ways you can do. You can get around that. What you can do is you can go to one of these two websites, rentreporters.com or Rental Karma. What these sites do is they allow you to report your rental payments to the credit bureaus. Now, here's the real hack. They will allow you to backdate your rental payments up to 10 years. And before you question what I'm telling you, you're going to say, I haven't lived anywhere for 10 years. I have never rented anywhere for 10 years. That's not going to work for me. The most I'll be able to backdate is 2, maybe 3 years. Here's the hack to this. If you know somebody who is a home owner, you can utilize them. What I did was I used my mother. I put that she was my landlord from 2014 when I turned 18 years old, or yeah, when I turned 18 years old, to currently to this day. I don't live with my mom. I've been living out on my own since I was 18. But doing that, I was able to add 11 years of credit. Doing that, I added an account with 11 years worth of age. And it's a very simple process. If you want to learn how to do this, click the link in the description so you can go ahead and book yourself a consultation so I can help you get yourself situated. Now, that was just the credit portion of everything that I did to get myself right. What I did to start growing my business, because from there, I started my business, I had bad credit, but I wanted to get business funding. That's what made me decide to start fixing my credit, because I thought you can get business credit even if your personal credit was bad. That's why you don't ever want to believe everything you see on the internet, because I got bad information. I found out that that is not the case. You can't do that. So once I got my credit situation right, I started working on scaling my business. Because at the time, I was getting anything between 2,000 to 5,000. 5K was like the best month I had for my business. So what I did to scale my business, I invested into myself. I got myself a mentor, because I thought to myself, if I went to school, I actually went to school for free because I'm a veteran. Not everybody has that luxury. Everybody goes to school and gets themselves into massive amount of debt. You go tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, just to you to end up getting a job that is not even going to help you cover your student loans, let alone the cost of living. That's why I tell people college is a scam, unless you're going to be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. But other than that, to me, college is a scam. Yeah, you can probably build discipline. Yeah, you can build some good relationships. But when it comes to finances, college is never going to put you in a good position. So what I did was I invested into a mentorship. I invested into somebody who was in the industry, in the field that I was in, who's doing what I want to do and who's running up a bag doing it. So I gave him about $1,500, which is very cheap. Mentorships are not that's a low end. There's mentorships that are out there worth $20K. I'm actually just got myself into another mentorship that was $5,500. But the first mentorship I got into, it was about $1,500, and that changed everything for me. We text daily, but we're in a group chat. We text all the time. But what I like about him is that we communicate, phone calls, Zooms, it feels like every other week, honestly. It's been very busy because we're in the middle of the tax season. There's about 3 weeks left, actually. And speaking on that, if you haven't filed your taxes yet, make sure you click the link in the description so you can book yourself a consultation so you can get yourself right, because we're running a promo right now. If you file your taxes with us, you're going to get free credit repair. You're not going to find a better deal than that. That's a promo of a lifetime. You get to get your tax refund, keep that money in your pocket, and not have to pay for credit repair because you're going to receive it for free. But yeah, this mentorship changed everything for me. I went from, like I said, going from $2,000 to $5,000 months to consistently hitting 5-figure months. Just last month, I had my biggest month yet at 15.7K. Right now, there's about 2 weeks left in the month, and I'm already at like 10.3K. So mentorship really has changed everything. So I'm excited to keep going, you guys, because if I'm hitting these 5-figure months now, I know by the end of this year or maybe even next year, these 6-figure months are going to be rolling like nothing. So listen, you guys, you got to believe in yourself and put in the time, the effort, and get yourself a mentor who's in the field that is doing what you're doing. But you obviously got to make sure you got to do your due diligence. You got to make sure they're credible. You got to make sure they actually have referrals, actually have people that has locked in with them and that can show you, proof, Google reviews, all of that. You don't want to just invest in somebody you don't even know, and you don't even know, and who doesn't even look legit. You got to make sure, you got to do your due diligence always. And that's with anything, not just mentorship, but with anything, because you don't want to get scammed out here. I've been scammed before too, not with mentorship, but just with other things in life, with other businesses that I started before I got into the accounting space. But yeah, you guys, so this is what I did to get myself from a struggling entrepreneur making $2,000 a month to getting 15, 16K, 5-figure months consistently. Now, like I said, I'm an accountant. I do taxes, I do bookkeeping, I do a full service accounting firm. But I want to talk to you guys about some tax strategies that you can use to help you save on taxes. Start yourself a side hustle. I don't know anybody out there in today's age that doesn't do something on the side outside of their work to make some money. The cost of living is too crazy for you to not be trying to hustle and make other forms of income. Starting a side hustle is the best thing that you could do, not only for your finances, but for taxes, because this opens up a floodgate of expenses, because you do not have to be an LLC owner to be considered a business owner. The IRS looks at you as a sole proprietorship, and since you are a sole proprietorship, you're going to be able to deduct all of the expenses that you incur to start your business, grow your business, conduct your day-to-day operations. You can write off those expenses on your taxes, even if you're not an LLC owner, and if you still have your W-2 job. Because how this works is, let's say you made about $500 in your business, but you bought $2,000 worth of equipment. So you're at a $1,500 loss, right? Those $1,500 will offset your W-2 income. That would bring down your gross income. So let's say you're at 30K for the year, that $1,500 will be deducted from that 30K, bringing your gross income down, and that is how you're going to be able to start saving on taxes, because when you're making less money, you're taxed on a less amount of income. And I'm going to give you guys a real gem right here. If you're an entrepreneur and you have children, you can utilize them to save on taxes crazy. So what you're going to start doing is paying your children for all the things they do to help you with the business. So let's say you have a home office and you have them shredding your papers, you have them taking out the garbage, you have them cleaning your desk, you have them wiping down your whiteboards, you have them taking out the trash. Anything that they do to help you with your business, you'll be able to pay them. You're able to pay them up to $15,000 each, and you'll be able to get a $15,000 write-off per child. So if you got 2 kids and you pay them $15,000 each, that's a $30,000 write-off. And you know what's even better about this, y'all? They get that income tax free. So you get a $30,000 deduction and they just got $30,000 tax free. Ain't that a hack? Ain't that a tax hack? That is insane. And more people need to start utilizing their children to do this. Don't just pay your children to do chores. Pay them to work for the business. You can have, and it's also dependent on how old they are. So if you have a teenager, they're able to do more intricate things. You can have them working on Excel sheets, cleaning up your files, doing more things that involve computer work. If you have a toddler, they're most likely not going to be able to do things like that, but you can have them sweep up and clean up and do simple things like that. But now when it comes to children that young, the payment has to make sense. You're not going to pay your child $15,000 to take out the trash, you know? You got to make it make sense. You're not going to pay your child $2,000 a week to take out the trash. You got to make it make sense, okay? Because the IRS allows you to write off any expense as long as it's ordinary, necessary, and reasonable in the pursuit of income. So as long as it meets those 3 requirements, you can write it off. It doesn't matter what the expense is. It just has to be ordinary, necessary, and reasonable. And that is under section 162A of the IRS code. So you can check that yourself if you want to fact check me. But yeah, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be going over more videos, giving you guys more tax strategies that you can utilize to help you save on taxes, so you can use that tax savings, keep that money in your pocket, so you can continue to invest and continue to grow and scale your business. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the other videos that I got coming for you guys, because we got a lot of gems for you, and I want you guys to start growing and changing your life the same way that I have. So thank you guys for watching, and until the next video, I'm out of here.